the science behind irrational fears. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Zaki, and today we're diving deep into a topic that's equal parts fascinating, funny, and slightly terrifying: irrational fears, or what psychologists like to call specific phobias. These are the fears that make you jump 6 feet in the air at the sight of a spider the size of a raisin, or break into a cold sweat just thinking about flying on a plane. Ever wondered why your brain seems to go haywire over something completely harmless? Well, today we're unraveling the science behind those over-the-top, can't-explain-it fears. And trust me, it's a wild ride. So let's start with the basics. What even is a specific phobia? It's not just about being a little uncomfortable. This is next-level fear. We're talking irrational, intense terror of something specific, an object, a situation, or even a sound. It's fear that feels way out of proportion to the actual threat. For example, someone with fear of balloons might know, logically, that they're just colorful plastic filled with air, but their body reacts like it's a bomb. Common specific phobias include arachnophobia, fear of spiders, acrophobia, heights, trypanophobia, needles, and yes, coulrophobia, the fear of clowns. And believe it or not, over 12% of people will experience at least one specific phobia in their lifetime. So yeah, if you're scared of something weird, you're in very good company. Now here's where it gets interesting. How do these fears actually start? Most of the time, they don't just come out of nowhere. One classic explanation is something called classical conditioning. Basically, your brain links two things together based on an emotional experience. For example, if a dog growled at you when you were a kid and it totally freaked you out, your brain might permanently file dogs under danger. That association sticks. Sometimes, though, you don't even need to have the experience yourself. You might just watch someone else have a bad reaction. That's called observational learning. If your older sister screamed every time she saw a bee, chances are your brain took notes. And then there's the evolutionary angle. Some fears, like snakes, spiders, and heights, are basically hardwired into us because back in the day, avoiding them actually helped us survive. So, in a way, your fear of snakes is a gift from your great-great-great cave grandparents. Thanks, ancestors. All right, let's talk brain science. What's going on upstairs when a clown walks into the room and you bolt for the exit? The main culprit here is the amygdala. This little almond-shaped structure in your brain is in charge of your fear response, and when it senses danger, even imaginary danger, it lights up like a Christmas tree. The amygdala sends a panic signal to your body. Heart races, muscles tense, adrenaline surges. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that deals with logic and reasoning, is over here like, hey, chill, it's just a balloon animal. But once that fear response is triggered, reason takes a backseat. You're now in full survival mode, even if the threat is literally just a guy in a red wig and squeaky shoes. But let's get real. Phobias aren't always just a quirky part of someone's personality. For some people, they can be seriously disruptive. If you're afraid of sharks but live in the middle of a desert, no big deal. But what if you're terrified of flying and need to travel for work? Or if you avoid doctors' offices because of needle phobia? These fears can hold people back from important life experiences or even necessary medical care. And the worst part? Avoiding the thing you're afraid of only makes it worse. Every time you skip the flight or refuse to go near the dog park, your brain thinks it just helped you dodge a life or death situation. That's positive reinforcement. And it just makes your fear even stronger the next time. Here's the good news. Phobias can be treated, and quite successfully, too. One of the most effective treatments out there is exposure therapy. This involves gradually and safely exposing yourself to the thing you're afraid of, starting small and working your way up. Terrified of elevators? Start by standing near one. Then watch someone ride it. Then eventually, ride it yourself just one floor. Over time, your brain learns, hey, this isn't actually dangerous. Another powerful method is cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which helps you reframe the thoughts that trigger your fear. And if you need a little boost along the way, there are medications like anti-anxiety drugs or beta blockers that can help reduce symptoms so you can focus on therapy itself. Oh, and let's not forget VR therapy. Yep, you can now confront your fear of flying without ever leaving your living room. The future is wild. All right, we're almost at the end, but I've got a few fun facts to leave you with. Did you know there's a real, actual phobia of long words? And the word for it is hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia? Who thought that was a good idea? Also, tons of celebrities have irrational fears. Nicole Kidman is terrified of butterflies. Oprah has a thing about chewing gum. And Johnny Depp? Clowns. Seriously. So if you think your phobia is weird, remember, even A-listers are not immune to brain drama. The mind is powerful, unpredictable, and sometimes just flat out weird, but also totally fascinating. So what's the takeaway here? Phobias might feel ridiculous, but they're rooted in real brain science. Your fear is your brain trying to keep you safe. It just sometimes gets a little overdramatic about it. The key is knowing that it can be managed. Your brain can learn, unlearn, and adapt with the right tools, strategies, and support. And if you or someone you love has struggled with a fear that's impacting life in a big way, know that help is out there, and it works. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the strange world of phobias and the science behind irrational fear, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel at Zakaprat for more weird and wonderful explorations of the human mind. Drop a comment below telling me the weirdest phobia you've ever heard of, or even one you secretly have. No judgment here. I'll be checking out the comments and maybe featuring some of your responses in the next video. Until then, stay curious, stay brave, and maybe keep your distance from clowns with balloons. You never know. Catch you in the next one.